So today I want to talk about a topic that is really interesting to me. And so I don't really know where this video will go, but I just want to share this with you. So something that is really interesting to me is the feel of reality. And when I say the feel of reality, that's the best way to explain it. I don't really know how to explain it. You can understand this by say, how does the day of a week feel? So how does a Friday feel? How does a Monday feel? Especially if you don't like work. How does that Friday feel? Or it's the last day of work before vacation. How does that feel? How does Christmas Day feel? How does Thanksgiving or any other holiday? That's what's very interesting to me. Now, to go into this, I want to talk about first that I think it helps explain the feel of reality and why I think the feel of reality is everything, is the most important. I mean, it's magical, I would say. So I'm going to talk about nostalgic feelings. Now, this is something, of course, I've had nostalgic feelings all my life, but as I've gotten older, they've become more intense. Now, maybe that's because I'm older. Or I wonder if it's because I have less chatter going on than when I was younger. I don't know. I would like to know what you think, if you have similar experiences. But anyway, so talking about nostalgic experiences, I've talked about this in another video, but I'm going to go into it much more here. So I became interested in nostalgic experiences because of the intensity of the feeling and the intensity of the pleasurable feeling that I would have with these experiences. And so it seemed strange. And I wanted to know, of course, like always, I want to question things. Okay, why? What exactly is it that feels good? Now, it seemed to be, I guess the simple answer is I'm connecting to good memories. So for example, a strong nostalgic feeling I get is if I smell fried garlic. So I'm riding my bike through the city and I smell fried garlic from an Italian restaurant or a ramen restaurant. And that hits me because it reminds me when I was a kid at my grandparents' house and my grandmother is frying garlic for pasta sauce. So, okay, maybe that's a good experience. So I'm feeling that family, that love. That's why it feels good. But it seemed like that wasn't it, that there was something more to it. So I came up with an idea or theory, that it has something to do with time, that a strong nostalgic experience, I'm feeling past, but I'm feeling it now. So it's affecting my sense of here and now. So I had that in my mind. So the next time I have a strong nostalgic experience, I want to have that ready there so I can check and see if that is my experience. So one night, it was wintertime, so I got hit, and I had actually two smells. It was a smell of wood burning and a smell that was like incense from church at Christmas time when I was a kid. So I smelled those two together. And again, just floored me. And I was aware enough to notice, yes, it felt like time and location fell away. That time and that place and here and now were the same. So it fell away. The sense of here and now and space, time, location. So it seemed to match up with my experience, my theory. And so, okay, I thought about how can I explain that? What exactly is happening? So I thought, all right, what is happening is the smell, the memory is so strong that it is causing a glitch, in a sense, of my sense of here and now. So, what seemed to be the situation is there is a thought process, let's say nonverbal, subconscious, of here and now, here and now, here and now, always going on. And when that experience happened, it couldn't fit to here and now. So it caused a glitch. And in that glitch, here and now, or time and location fell away. And that was the feeling. The feeling of that is amazing. The mind then scrambles to make sense of it. And it says, okay, that is a memory. Memories make sense. That experience is just a memory. And then the experience of timelessness and locationlessness falls away. That's a nice theory, and it seemed to match up with my experience. But I can't just stop there. I have to see. If this is true, then this will match up with everything. I'm not going to find, or if I find some situation where it doesn't match, okay, well, then something's not right. So I looked into other experiences and I looked at other nostalgic experiences. And what I noticed was that I would have good feelings about, in a sense, bad memories or memories of bad experiences. Now, if I were just feeling good because it was a good memory, that doesn't match up. But if I was feeling good because time was falling away, that would make sense. Now, one example was I would smell paper. There are times when I smell paper or cardboard. Now, this reminds me where I grew up, there are many paper companies. And so when I was in high school and university for summer work, I worked in paper companies. This is not fun work. So these are not good memories. But yet, when I would smell that, it felt great. Okay, so again, that's pointing to time and location falling away, not being connected to a memory. Yeah, well, another thing I noticed, not with nostalgia, but was with memories in general, is I would have the same thing. Like I would miss times in my life or be nostalgic about times in my life when, if I think about it, these were not good times. So I might think about when I was living in this apartment and like, that was, it was nice. I didn't have, I was younger, could do many more things, whatever. But I've been, I've been depressed many times in my life. And I would know that when I was living there, I was depressed. So how am I missing a time that's negative? And what I saw, and maybe this is with me, maybe this is with many people, is when we have a memory, the memory is experienced now. So it's put through, let's say, a filter. I don't like to say that, but filter. But it's from the perspective of here and now. So I look at that time and all those worries I had, I know now they didn't come true, or things I didn't have, I do have now. So I'm looking at a scrubbed, clean version of a past event. And that's why I can look at a time when I was depressed, but still feel okay. Now, one thing also this shows me is, and this connects back to nostalgia, is if I'm connected to that that memory means there was a worry in the memory and I still have the worry, then it will feel bad because I have the worry now. It's irrelevant, actually, the feeling I have then. If I have a worry now, I have a worry now. Now, if it's a worry about some memory, well, then I feel worried. Now, for a nostalgic experience, if I'm still connected to that, well, then it's not going to cause that glitch. So if I still have these bad feelings about paper. Now, if I have that smell, it's not going to feel good. There's going to be no glitch because there is no past event. I'm still angry, still feel bad about paper companies. So, in order for that nostalgic glitch to happen, it has to be clearly past and not here. Now, you can have, and I saw this too, I can have nostalgic events that are not, like, it's the same place. So I'm not messing with location, but I'm messing with time. And you could probably do some versions. Now, it's not going to be as strong as messing with time and location. But you see that it has to be not connected. So it has to be past to cause that glitch. Now, this brings me to the topic of the feel. Because we're talking about the feel of here and now. So the feel of here and now feels like this. But even that changes. We do have the days of the week. We do have the feel of holidays. So that feeling can be changed. Now, this was always interesting to me, but I really started to notice the ability to manipulate that feeling when I was in college. And I was in my dorm room, and I was using plant medicine. And I'm just sitting, dorm room, shades closed, afternoon. And I started thinking about, okay, if I looked out that window, outside that window is Hawaii, because I'd been to Hawaii before, or it's my parents' hometown. And I would feel I'm in Hawaii. Now, again, I'm not delusional. I'm not think I'm actually in Hawaii, but the feeling of Hawaii was there. And it was amazing. I'm traveling without going anywhere. And so this was something I saw the effect of this. Oh, I've also seen this effect. I thought about it more where, let's say, whatever you want, the biggest desire you have, let's say you get it. So it's that amazing house, that partner, beautiful woman, beautiful man, or handsome man, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, the car, great car that you have. How do you feel when you have that? And now think about you're someplace, you're at a grocery store. So you're not seeing that person or that thing. But how do you feel? You have to go to get some milk. You're going to feel great, even though you're not seeing it. Now, what the actual situation around you, you're at the supermarket. It's just a supermarket. But you feel completely different. That is the feel of reality has been changed by just thoughts. Now, you also will have experiences if you've fallen in love, and that at the beginning, how you feel, where everything feels great. Now, is everything great? Is it bad? Now you say, okay, well, yeah, but this feeling is connected to this, Yeah, you can mess with it, but it's not, you can't make big changes. Really? Like I said, I've been depressed in my life. And I've had experiences where, well, I can give it one experience. So I finally traveled, and I was in Spain. with friends that I just met at a cafe outside. Beautiful day. I can see a Gothic cathedral that's over 700 years old, and I'm miserable. I was really homesick at this time. You said, well, okay, the objective reality of the experience is great. Everything's great. But it doesn't matter. The experience was miserable because I felt miserable. Now, even the fact that I should feel happy made it worse. So it actually made me feel worse because I should be happy. So, if you've been depressed, if you think this is hell, this is hell. But the opposite, if you think this is heaven, this is heaven. I've had experiences where maybe the experience was bad, but for whatever reason, I felt great. So it is great. So that is actually everything. That is the ability to change reality. I would say that's magical. And you heard about perhaps the happiest people in the world is some Buddhist monk who's just sitting there. Pure bliss. It has nothing to do with this. Now you'd say, well, okay, then it's just thoughts, getting happy thoughts. But what I've experienced, and I've talked about this in other videos, it's not the case. It's not getting something, it's letting go of something. That's what feels good. It seems we often confuse that. And so, let's say I have a dream car, and I finally get it. And I said, well, getting the car feels great. But it's not actually that. It's actually, what feels great is letting go of the desire for the car. You don't have the desire anymore for the car because you have the car. And you can think about this. Let's say I finally buy the car, but the car's not delivered until next week. So I bought the car. I will feel great, but even the car's not here. I don't have the car, but I got rid of the desire for the car. That's what feels good. And so it's not accumulating happy thoughts, it's letting go. And again, letting go of time and space. So, for like anything, okay, how can we use this? Well, this nostalgia thing is a tricky one because it only works if you're surprised. To do the glitch, you need to be surprised. Now, a possibility would be, and you're not going to get the strongest feelings, but putting yourself into places where it's possible to get nostalgic feelings. So, going places where you're going to get smells. Okay, maybe just a variety of smells. So you don't know what you're going to get. But that might be one. Going through places where different kinds of food are being made. And I mean, one that I get I'll get the smell of cafeteria food from when I was in school. I'll smell that sometimes. Yeah, that's also great. So put yourself into places where you're going to get maybe a lot of smells. Another thing, I didn't have success with, but you could try. And it's using music. So I have music that I listen to in summertime. I have music that I listen to in winter. And I have music that's connected to certain events in my life. How about messing those up? And try listening to music at wintertime that's actually summer music. And that might cause some things. Or putting music on shuffle so that you don't know what thing is going to come up. And then, how maybe if it conflicts with what you're experiencing, you could have a pleasurable experience. Another thing is obviously, is meditation, is to quiet your mind and to go out and just be open to new experiences. Now, I've seen this many times, and I've had experiences where I'm riding my bike through the city, and if I can just let go, it feels like I'm high. And I see this and I smell this, and it's just, I'm transported to different times and different locations. And it's amazing. So it can be done without anything, without taking anything. So again, meditation would be helpful. Another thing is just consciously messing with it. So today's Friday. Well, try to feel like today's Monday. Do things like that. Now, I've had experiences where I've made a morning feel like Christmas morning, and so it felt great. But it was just a regular morning. I think it wasn't even one time. It wasn't even winter. It was summertime, but it felt like Christmas morning. So these are things just to work on. And what I would love is if you have had any experiences with this, to let me know. Even you have any idea how to name this better than I have, what experiences you have, or any questions, because this is something ongoing. This is something I'm interested in and want to know more about. So anything you can tell me about would be great. So until next time.